Hey everyone, me Kevin here. Well, Truth Social is officially merged with DWAC. That is, the Trump Media Group has merged with the stock DWAC, DWAC. It was a blank check company. Now it's no longer a blank check company. Now it's the Trump Media Group, which together is taking Truth Social public. And it is now public. In fact, the stock itself today is up over 45%. Absolutely wild. A lot of technical signals there showing up on Webull. This is the platform I like to use to trade. I always send my buy-sell alerts to all my course members and my stocks and site group. And a question that keeps coming up is, hey, what are the fundamentals of this company? Are there any other than momentum buying? Well, let's find out. The very first thing that you have to know is in the last annual report that was filed, and keep in mind, this is as of December 31st, 2022. It indicates here the company will not generate any operating revenues until after the completion of its business combination. Well, that business combination just happened. In fact, today is the day of its business combination. And so now the question is it time for Donald Trump to start offloading shares and making a lot of money off the business that he just took public? Well, that depends. First, what I like to do is jump on over to the cash flow statement. And this cash flow statement shows you that at the end of 2022, the company lost over $15.6 million as a net loss. Now, something that I think is very interesting here is you have $10 million in the year 2022 of, quote, legal investigations costs. But there's no definition of what legal investigations costs are in the 2022 report. So I wanted to get the latest financial data I could, and what I get is the quarterly report ending September. Over here, we again have in the 3 months, so just in one quarter, we have a legal investigations cost of $11.5 million. And for the 9 months ended, going through September for 2023, we have $20.6 million of legal investigations costs. I can't help but think that some of this DWAC company is basically paying a good chunk of Donald Trump's legal expenses for him. I don't understand why a company with no income and a blank check company would otherwise spend $20.6 million in legal fees in 9 months ending September 30th, 2023, $11.5 million in just one quarter, followed by the $10 million they spent in legal expenses in 2022. And of course, the company still isn't making any money. Now, the lockup period is somewhere between 170 days after today and 180 days after today. You could read this section here, but the point is it's somewhere between, well, 5.5 to about 6 months out when Donald Trump can actually start selling his shares. But it doesn't actually look like he needs to sell his shares to start using it as a piggy bank for his legal fund. As we've seen, we've already got in just the 9 months of 2023 and 12 months of 22 that we've seen over $30 million of legal expense costs that are not defined in the disclosures from what I could see. Okay, fine. So, what's talk now? Well, there is talk now that Donald Trump might try to request the opportunity to sell some shares from this ownership sooner rather than later. That way, Donald Trump could end up making money to pay his bond. So that way he wouldn't have to use cash that's potentially being reserved for operations over at the Trump organization or his campaign, and instead basically socializes the expense of his bond payment by selling shares of the Trump, of ticker now DJT, that's the current ticker DJT, selling shares at a profit here, and then using those profits to pay for his bond. That's an option as well. But those legal expenses, really interesting, and something a lot of people have been paying attention to as basically the piggy bank for Donald Trump's attorneys. So, this particular ticker symbol, DJT, my predictions? Well, in the next 180 days, anything can happen. But when Donald Trump starts selling these shares, I think the stock market, whether it's because of Trump selling or not, is going to start dumping this stock very quickly. It could go up from there if the company starts generating revenues, the legal expenses go down, and actually starts operating like a company rather than a piggy bank for Donald Trump's legal fund, then could do very, very well. I'm watching the stock on a day trade movement right now. I always send alerts to everybody in my Stocks and Psychology of Money group. I see it on the 100-minute candlestick right now. That's my 100-minute moving average. I generally don't like to trade on minutes, though. I like to use the 5-minute candles, kind of see what's happening. We've kind of been in between these ranges here, and we're getting rejected right now at about 74.26. We'll see what happens on the day trade. As always, I send all my alerts to everybody in the Stocks and Psychology of Money group. If you have an opinion of what these legal transaction expense costs could be, which again have amounted to a substantial amount of money, nearly $20 million, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think this Trump media group is spending money on. We can only guess. Thanks so much, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Advertise these things that you told us here. I feel like nobody else knows about this.
We'll try a little advertising and see how it goes.
Congratulations, man. You have done so much. People love you. People look up to you.
Kevin Paffrath there, financial analyst and YouTuber. Meet Kevin. Always great to get your take.
Even though I'm a licensed financial advisor, licensed real estate broker, and becoming a stockbroker, this video is not personalized advice for you. It is not tax, legal, or otherwise personalized advice tailored to you. This video provides generalized perspective, information, and commentary. Any third-party content I show shall not be deemed endorsed by me. This video is not and shall never be deemed reasonably sufficient information for the purposes of evaluating a security or investment decision. Any links or promoted products are either paid affiliations or products or services we may benefit from. I also personally operate an actively managed ETF. I may personally hold or otherwise hold long or short positions in various securities, potentially including those mentioned in this video. However, I have no relationship to any issuer other than househack, nor am I presently acting as a market maker. Make sure if you're considering investing in househack to always read the PPM at househack.com.